This is Mellissa Thomas of Florida National News. We are here in Winter Park for a meet and greet with Orange County mayoral candidate Rob Panepinto. Stay tuned right here at FloridaNationalNews.com for our exclusive interview with him tonight. We're going to be talking with him about where he is in his current campaign for the mayoral race, as well as the host for tonight's event, homeowner Corey Stevenson, who's also a pillar in the community. So stay tuned right here for both interviews at FloridaNationalNews.com. Kind of give us your thoughts on, the campaign so far and how you see the Orange County community, what your vision is for the Orange County community in the future.
Sure. Yeah, it's good to see you. Thanks for having me on. We're excited to be where we are in the campaign right now. We're 2.5 months or so from the primary. It's coming up. Pretty quickly. As you see from the event tonight and the people coming in, it's great for us to continue to see our support building. I think the public is paying more attention. The media is paying more attention. And from our perspective, considering we feel like we are really the only candidates with a very detailed plan. The more folks pay attention, we think that's good for us. It means they're paying attention to the issues, and hopefully we'll look at us as a candidate with a different and broader background coming from the business community that I think they'll find appealing, and I think the results so far as we're out and about are showing that. So we're excited.
Awesome. And real quick, just for those who are still learning more about you, where can they go to find out more? Yeah,
best place to go would be our website, which is robforcountymayor.com, or our Facebook page. If they just search Rob Panepinto for County Mayor, they'll find our Facebook page, and we're posting probably at least once a day, and they'll get to see the types of conversations we're having, the issues we're talking about, how we're really out listening to the community at a very, very broad level to make sure that we're getting our message out, but more importantly, we're hearing from the community at the issues that are important for them.
And of course, given the recent weather disturbance that we had, of course, with the subtropical system, I know we talked about your disaster prep plan before, but just in light of that, and now that we're officially in hurricane season, what's your disaster prep plan?
Yeah, it's that time of year, isn't it? Yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I told you this last time when we chatted in the business that I was part of. We had lived through 2004 and the 3 storms in 4 weeks. Right. And so we knew firsthand the importance of having a plan, both for our employees, but also for our clients. And I think the most important thing is, you have to have a plan, and you can use this time of year to really make sure you're testing it. So I think for right now, it's really important that the county's looking at things like our power infrastructure to make sure we're ready. One of the things I hear a lot to make sure of right now, particularly with what happened with the hurricane last year, is some of our drainage issues and our storm drainage. So that'd be an area that I would be paying a lot of attention to right now, because as you know, we had some areas in the county that really flooded fairly heavily with what was just a tropical storm by the time it got up here. So I think that's critically important right now. And I also would be making sure I'm sitting down with some of our contractors around tree removal and trash removal to make sure that they're going to be on call this year if we need them, because last year we had a little bit of a challenge. So, but from an overall perspective, I think the key is make sure you've got a plan. No different than what we tell families, right? Exactly. Government also needs to have a plan, and they need to test it to make sure it's executable. I know the county's got some great resources that are already doing that, but I think in a couple of these areas, if we think about lessons learned from last year around storm drainage and the contractors after the storm, I would hope the county right now is having some detailed conversations to make sure we're covered on both of those grounds. I certainly would if I was the mayor right now.
Give us your thoughts about Mr. Panepinto as a candidate and why you support him.
Well, I met Rob last year, and I was really impressed immediately. He went to lunch with me and his campaign manager, Brooke. They took time to explain to me who they were, what he was doing, his background, and you don't really get that in politics quite often. Usually they just want you to support because they're the Republican. And I was very impressed by the things that he's done for the community already as a private citizen. He cares so deeply about children and families around here that everybody has a shot to make it, so that it actually does make everyone better in Orange County when everybody is lifted up. And I looked at his background, and I just seen him over the last many months, and I'm pretty involved, so I'm really impressed by him, and he's just got this real world experience of helping families have jobs already and creating jobs. And that's what we need, is we need more jobs in Orange County that are not just low minimum wage jobs. People need to be able to rise up to who they are and what they're worth. And so I think he sees that in people. And he's not a politician. He's just not. He really does get what people are going through, and he has the ability to help. So we opened this up just because I really want to just show the community early on that I support, and he has so much support, and we really would like to see him as mayor.
All right, awesome. And just for our audience to learn a little bit more about you, let them know how you are involved in the community as well, because I know you're a bit of a community leader as well.
Well, I am, but I'm not representing that tonight because
Right.
I'm not allowed to. I have to take a hat off, and so because I don't represent any organizations, but I'm pretty involved in Republican politics. I'm just a passionate conservative. I've been for the last 6 years. I didn't know 6 years ago that regular citizens could get involved. I mean, I guess you kind of, but you think you have to know somebody or be born into a family to be able to get involved in politics, and you just don't. You know, there are all sorts of organizations you can just jump right in. You have to put in your time. You have to build trust with people, right. But it really does work. It makes a difference to how close you can get to these elected officials to have influence, things that you care deeply about. Like right now we're working on human trafficking and trying to prevent it. And so we have bills going through, and to be able to be part of that is such a gift that I'm so blessed to be able to be part of something that actually makes a difference. So people like Rob, who already know how to do that, and coming alongside, I will support completely.
Mellissa Thomas here for Florida National News. As we heard from candidate Rob Panepinto, the folks who are interested in learning more about him can check him out at robformayor.com, as well as his Facebook page, Rob Panepinto for Orange County Mayor. And we heard from the host of tonight's event that the draw here for a lot of the supporters is Mr. Panepinto's business acumen, as well as his work in the community and his continued openness to work with the community to make change. But stay tuned right here for our continuing coverage of politics and power at FloridaNationalNews.com. This is Mellissa Thomas coming to you from Winter Park.